Hey everyone, I just wanted to talk about something that happened to me during the beginning part of this whole crazy period of life when I was going through to the dermatologist in the Netherlands when they were trying to figure out why my feet were itching so bad, and turned out it was Hodgkin's lymphoma that was causing it. But at the time they were trying to figure it out and they were trying different things, but those things weren't working. So they would heal the skin and they would put some great cream on it, they'd wrap my feet up, and the skin itself was healing because obviously I'd scratched it so much that it was actually like starting to kind of crack or make the skin red or whatever, and they didn't want it to get worse to like really break the skin. So they did that, and then you know, my feet were getting better and that was really nice, but the itchiness kind of deep within the skin, within my body, just wasn't going away. And obviously that makes sense because it was cancer. But one of the things is that one of the dermatologists, because I had two dermatologists, and one of the dermatologists, the woman, she was particularly insensitive with the way that she suggested that I should go see a psych. So with dermatological problems, they can often be heightened, sometimes even caused or triggered by stress. I think for people with like eczema and things like that, and different types of skin conditions can be triggered by stress. And so then it makes sense that for a lot of people who go to see a dermatologist can sometimes go see psychs, and particular psychs who are trained, because that way they can help manage their stress and their anxiety, which might actually be exacerbating their skin problems. But the woman, the dermatologist who was seeing me, she just approached the whole psychologist thing really insensitively. Maybe she didn't realize that she was doing it, and I think this is part of the reason why people often don't want to see psychologists or counselors, even though it would really help them. Is because it's this weird shame or this weird thing that you think, oh, like, is something wrong with me? Is it all, you know, is it all in my head? The way that she was kind of like saying it to me, she was like, oh, okay, well, and maybe you can go see a psychologist because, you know, a lot of these things are, I don't even know, I don't even remember exactly how she said it, but it was more or less, yeah, and maybe you can, you know, also book an appointment to go see a psychologist. She didn't really like explain it in a way that was, oh, you know, maybe stress is making this problem worse for you, or being particularly sensitive about it. She was just kind of like, oh, maybe you should also go see a psychologist, which I really didn't appreciate. And as someone who, you know, studies psych and might end up being a psychologist, I didn't appreciate the way that she approaches the subject to start with, because I'm assuming that she does it the same with her other patients, and they might also start thinking, oh, no, this isn't in my head, like, this is real, like, I can feel this itching happening. And that's definitely my first response to what she said, even as someone who is very pro psychologist, that, what? Like, is this all in my head? No, is that what you're suggesting? And so, yeah, I don't know. It was just really sad that that had to happen. But when I had an appointment with the other dermatologist, the guy, when he brought it up, it was more about, yeah, sometimes, you know, stress can exacerbate these kind of problems, and I don't know if you're having high levels of stress, but seeing a psychologist, you know, maybe something that will be helpful to you. You know, you could try it out, whatever. The way that he approached it was so much more sensitive, and it just made you feel more at ease, and it made you feel more listened to as a patient than just kind of saying, oh, you should go see a psych. I don't know. It just, and I suppose that's the reason why I might think, oh, you know, is it all in my head, is maybe because when people just say go see a psych, people think that, you know, the only reason why you would go there is if you're kind of crazy, or, you know, you're making things up and stuff like that, which isn't true. Maybe it's more a reflection of society, because maybe you should be able to just say to someone, you should go see a psych, without them automatically thinking kind of those negative things. And maybe, yeah, maybe that's more a reflection of society, and the way that we portray psych and seeing a psychologist in the media and in movies. I'm not sure. And I was also wondering if there's anyone watching who had a negative experience with a health professional in some way, where they felt like they weren't being listened to, or that they were kind of being dismissed or pushed to the side, or the way that they approached a referral didn't seem quite right. It didn't make you feel good, even if the referral itself was probably a great idea. Like in my case with the psychologist for the stress, even though maybe that would have helped with something, it wouldn't have helped with what it actually was. But anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.